This is Tim Albright with AVNation with the road to InfoComm. InfoComm 2025 happens the 11th through the 13th of June. And with us to talk about Sony's booth is my buddy, Mr. Rich Ventura. Welcome, sir.
Thanks for having us, Tim, as always.
Absolutely. Good to see you. We get to see you in Orlando. 2001 is Sony's booth. We've hung out with Sony quite a lot this year, both at ISE and at NAB. Lots of really cool things. Rich, this time around, what will we find in the Sony booth?
The focus this year on Sony's booth is we talk about the connected experiences, and it's all about storytelling. So everything in our booth is about a story, whether it's stories around UC and collaboration, digital signage, large venue, stories. You're going to see some really cool stories around retail media networks, so talking about digital out-of-home and advertising. On top of that, you're going to see the stories about Sony's tech. And what we're doing very unique this year, and we tested it at our roadshow in San Diego, and it was awesome, was we're breaking down some of the key technology components that go into our product. And so the center of our booth is actually going to be almost like a Genius bar that you'd see at an Apple store or something like that. And it's going to be about all the different pieces of our technology that's very unique or really tied with what Sony does. And so as we're talking to a customer or a partner, and we're talking about digital signage, for example, and we're talking about these different things that we do, whether it's device provisioning or our remote device management tool, we can then walk them over to a space and actually have a much more one-on-one conversation about that tool and show them how it works. Instead of plastering everything on a wall like everyone normally does, we really want to be able to go from a wide conversation to having a much more meaningful one-on-one conversation, maybe about a specific technology. So we decided to do this, and it's nice too because the way our booth is set, it's very wide. Normally we were very long and narrow, but we're very wide, so it's going to allow us a lot of free flowing. The other thing that we're really excited about is we're going to be showing some other tertiary technologies from Sony, so stuff from our design team around AR and VR, as well as our esports group. So we're going to be showing gaming monitors because we know that's become a big play in our AV space around gaming and setting up gaming studios and all the stuff on colleges, and even high schools are setting up these gaming leagues. Yeah. So really showing all the different technologies and not forgetting also the most important thing, which is our road to zero and our sustainability message. And so we'll talk that throughout the entire booth as well.
One of the things is you mentioned AR and VR and something that not everybody is paying attention to, and that is the move for AR and VR in the corporate space, right? Corporations and higher education folks are building out broadcast studios, right? And part of that are these AR and VR spaces. Talk for a second about the ability of Sony to take that entire chain. Obviously, Sony makes cameras. Sony has the Verona DirectView LED, and you've also got the software. So how does that all tie in together with leveraging the entire Sony chain there?
So if we think about it, Sony's in this really unique position within the industry. Like you said, we've got the cameras, we've got LED technology, we've got the software. The other thing that we have, which is really important too, is we have things like our spatial reality display, our SRD. We also have Macopi, which is our sensors that can help you build out characters and do all this stuff. So we really look at it as a very wide technology position, and the fact that we can have those conversations with our customers, whether you're at an NAB or an InfoComm or a Sony office, is really a unique differentiator for the industry. And we're talking schools, corporations, retailers. It isn't like a small subset that are even interested in this. We're hearing it across all of our verticals. And we even had, I was on a call yesterday and I was talking with a customer, and they were talking about they want to set something up for all of their distribution centers and having for training and education. And I said, yeah, this is how we can do different things, right? So we're in a really unique position because we can really help supply a very large portion of that value chain that customers are looking for.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, 2001 is we will find Rich, we'll find Sony. Rich, now everybody's going to InfoComm, so if they're not going and they want to follow along with everything Sony's talking about that week, how do they do that?
So the easy thing is following us on Sony Pro. On the Sony Pro site, we'll have a lot of information. Follow us on social media, on X, on LinkedIn. The other thing is just follow your favorite people from Sony, because we'll be posting like crazy. And then, of course, all of our favorite people at AVNation and other organizations, they're going to be posting about us as well.
Absolutely. All right, Rich Ventura, Sony, we'll find them at InfoComm. For us, for AVNation, go by our website, avnation.tv. That's avnation.tv, and follow along as we also head to Orlando for InfoComm 2025, the 11th through the 13th of June. All that and more at avnation.tv. That's avnation.tv.